When I look at what's going on with the Halo series, it's definitely making me wonder a lot about different things as it pertains to it. Where do we go from here? What's the best move? The sad truth is if I was in control of the Halo series, I honestly would have wanted Bungie to do something with it. Or maybe with a bit of hindsight, the games should have honestly ended with Halo Reach. Those Bungie games are pretty much close to perfect, and have held up very well. But the Halo name, property, and all of that is so big that Microsoft would not just want to have Halo rest, or something like that. They need to make something for it, keep pushing on, but where do they go now? One big rumor being floated around is that Halo 1 is going to be remade, and I really hope that is not going to end up being true. So let's back up a bit. 343 had released 3 mainline Halo games. We had Halo 4, 5, and then Infinite. I am a hardcore lover of the Bungie games. I think each one is excellent. I do not have many bad things to say about them. They are video game magic, and they have aged like fine wine. I play through each of the games at least once a year, and each time I'm left with that feeling like, yup, they really don't make them like they used to. So much of that Bungie talent is now gone from Halo. They are not making anything Halo related anymore. Then 343 took over with Halo 4, and while I did enjoy that game, I had a lot of issues with it. One big one being is that something you'll hear people talk about with it is that you will hear people talk about Halo and its sandbox, and it's even found within the campaigns. Bungie constructed their games in such a way. Yes, they do have that traditional corridor shooting bits at times, but a lot of the games have that larger scale stuff. But rather than just being a linear spectacle, it's something that allows for a lot of room for player expression, and especially that experimentation. You can do one section several different ways, to the point that maybe you just want to try something new each time you replay it. It allowed for these set events and moments to feel so much more dynamic. It made you think, well, do I take the tank or maybe the mongoose here? What if I go off this jump and that allows me to actually get on the scarab because I took the mongoose? Oh, there's an enemy wraith and my buddy took the tank. Maybe I can stun the wraith and then we'll have 2 heavy hitters on the battlefield. Those are just some examples, and they seem endless when playing these games. Halo 1 had these as well, and as the series went along, the moments grew and improved. So it's always been a part of Halo's identity. It was always a part into why these campaigns are great. The Bungie ones, I mean. So now in Halo 4, there are some fun set pieces. You have your tank part, a new mini Metal Gear that you can play with called the Mantis, along with a fun spaceship part. The music is playing. It's a lot of spectacle at times, but Halo 4 forgot those dynamic playground-like elements that the Bungie games continued to improve on. Halo 4 was more linear and dropped a lot of the playground stuff. It had its moments, but not to the extent that we had before. Then we moved to Halo 5, and outside of maybe the multiplayer and firefight in that game, I absolutely hated the campaign. It's easily the worst one. Where 4 had something there to improve upon, 5 just didn't bother doing any of that. And the same boss fight you had to fight several times throughout the game didn't help either. Story hit a huge low. Where I enjoyed yet had issues with Halo 4's narrative, 5 I just completely hated. I mean, they gave Cortana clothes. It's bad. They go with the whole AI bad, it's so cliched and not using a trope in a good way kind of a thing. Bungie Halo always had great stories. They were more simple with a rich world, and then told on an epic scale. You had our leads and then side characters that back them up. Something 343 was definitely sorely missing was a Johnson-type character. Where's my awesome comedic sidekick? So yeah, 5, no good. Now with Infinite, I actually say that the worst elements of that game's campaign and story is when it needs to dip into and then rely on what they worked on before, with Halo 4 and 5. But it does have some enjoyable story moments. Chief actually acts more like Chief in that game. Gameplay-wise, the playground design is back, and now it's in an open world. You need more areas than just a forest, but I was seeing the efforts 343 was actually trying to do, and it felt like they were actually trying to course correct. And I'm like, okay, if you want to actually try and build off of what you did with Infinite, this could actually work, but now I'm not so sure. So Infinite came out, and now 343 has been reconstructed into a new studio, a Halo studio. I really have no idea which direction they are going to take. There seems to be like two main options to go in. Either they reboot the entire thing and try to start fresh, working off from what Bungie had already laid out for them. This was not the direction that I would want them to take. Or do they then go in the direction of them trying to press forward after Infinite and then build off of that? But the story is extremely rocky and not really in a great spot. Personally, I think it would be better to wipe 4 through Infinite and just pretend like they just didn't happen and do a new timeline starting with the end of 3. Or you make something of more of a spin-off title, like more of an ODST or a Reach. I understand nostalgia is very powerful, which I understand you kind of want to give the fans something that they're familiar with and maybe want, which is why I would say how about another ODST? Personally, I love that game. It's outstanding, and depending on my mood, it might be my favorite entry. Or do something like Reach, where you tell a story about another set of Spartans before the Master Chief trilogy. Reach worked exceptionally well. Great cast, story, and all of that. I feel like Halo has plenty of more Reach-like stories that they could make. But no, the rumors seem to point to that the Halo studio is then working on a Halo 1 remake. Like I said, I play the Bungie Halo games every year. They hold up so well. Halo 1 does not need a remake. I played it recently. It's amazing. You have the remaster as part of the Halo Master Chief Collection. You can play it with the new graphics or like the traditional style. The shooting, the design, story, characters, music, and all of that. I wouldn't really change a thing about it. I honestly wouldn't even change the library part. Good shotgun level. This is one of those things that if you tried to remake it, you would probably only end up disappointing everybody. Plus, I don't know if 343 is really up to the task of something like this. They had a really rocky time already with the Halo games that they made. They have yet to make something remotely on par with what Bungie was able to achieve with any of those games. I think if you wanted to make a game that pays tribute to Halo 1, shares some of those similar elements, I would be all for that. What if they set the game someplace else, had the mystery that Halo 1 had, but maybe in a new and different way? A new cast of characters, set pieces, the Bungie playground type of stuff. Again, this brings up another point too. Halo 1 has a lot of pluses, but as it pertains to its story, that mystery, and not knowing what Halo is, the Flood, and all of that. If you just remake Halo 1, how do you make the mystery again? That was half the fun of that narrative. It would feel like most of the story in a remake would just be kind of redundant. We kind of know where it's going. Simply put, it feels like a lack in creativity to just remake the first game. It's like you guys can't do anything else when it comes to Halo. Maybe look at some of the books and pull from there, or something new to show us. I do want to clarify, I love Halo. I would prefer that this new studio is able to make a new great Halo game again. We deserve that, and Halo deserves that. They definitely have a lot to prove. I just don't think remaking Halo is the right direction to go in with it. Nothing sounds like a lack of confidence for your first game as a new studio, where you're just going into a remake. And if you're making a new original Halo game, maybe just try and take what worked with Infinite and then do that a bit better. Or feel inspired, but don't remake the Bungie-like Halo games. It's all talk until something gets announced, but I felt compelled to discuss it with all of you. What are your thoughts on all of this? What direction should Halo Studios take? What should their first game actually be? Let me know in the comments down below. If you're interested in supporting the channel, please check out my Patreon page. For just $1 a month, you can help to keep this channel going strong, and this allows me to be able to do more for my awesome audience. Please check out the links in the description and pinned comment for ways to support the channel. And most of all, thank you very much for watching.